It's live! Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. So, today though, I have to leave, I don't know, in less than an hour, I think. I should probably decide a end time, but I have to attend a meeting, and actually it's starting without me because I wanted to talk to you guys. So maybe I am in a rush, or I don't know. I might get distracted. So I give you the warning. Okay. So, hey guys. So 11 of you guys. Yay. Leave me comments so that I know that you are actually there and that the connection is good and everything. So, how are you guys? Happy Independence Day. Yay. So, I'm so happy for you, American people. It's another birthday. And I can't believe though that there are people that are not celebrating this day in America. Like those who, those of us that are overseas, we are happy for American people to, have this day, right? But for example, it was sad though that I saw, oh, hi, patriotic Gestalt. Hi, whoa, from New York, a liberal state in New York. But what was I saying? So yeah, I saw a tweet that basically this person was saying oh, happy Independence Day, but it's all countries matter. So he said oh, so here are pictures of Japan, and he attached very edited pictures of Japan, like Mount Fuji and all this symbolic Japanese pictures. But I'm don't use Japan to bash America, it's so contradicting that if all countries matter, then America matters, right? America's birthday matters. So I'm why are you talking about Japan when you are supposed to be celebrating America's birthday? Doesn't make sense. Oh, thank you for the super chat, patriotic Gestalt. Thank you. It means a lot. My husband and I, we are mainly activists, and we don't, when we Japanese people hear activists, then we instantly think of huge sponsors behind our back or something, right? But us, in terms of our activities, my husband and I, our income sources are very limited, and it's not we have huge sponsors behind us. It's all individuals, two of us, and then you guys who are supporting us. So I really appreciate it. Every time I get super chat, I'm we can live on. So let's read your comments. Kanye West is officially running for president. Really? I think I saw somebody claiming that though. I didn't know that it was Kanye West. Whoa. Wow. I can't tell. I don't know his. I know that he's a patriot and he supports President Trump, right? So that's good. But aside from that, I don't know anything about his political thoughts, so I can't really say anything, I guess. But yeah, let's we gotta think about it. It's a fun scenario, I think, though, that because that would be very invincible, black president with a popular a musician, and you can't that's really strong, So General, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. What up? And hello from Florida Woods. It's from Florida. Whoa, alligator state. I'm so biased. I was watching back in the day, like in 2009 or 10 or somewhere around there, I used to watch a married couple from Florida in Tampa, I think. And I was watching them, and then they got married, and then they got divorced. So I stopped watching them. And then Yorktown is from Arizona. Hello, Arizona. When I hear Arizona, Arizona, I don't even know where to stress the state name. But when I hear Arizona, I think of the TV show Medium. I forgot her name, but there's a psychic that who is helping the police. She can, she has this psychic power, and the dead people talk to her, and that sort of things. And when I hear Arizona, I'm like, oh, that's her state. And Matthew is from Oregon. I recognize your name now. You're here often, so thank you. A speech from yesterday. Yeah, did you guys see the Mount Rushmore? Oh, I got some notification. I should silence this. No! Okay. It didn't work for some reason. It sounds like World War I outside my window. Why one? I wonder why not 3. But we are celebrating, don't worry. That's good to hear. That's good. Yeah, another Arizona person? Cool. Oh, Javier-san, ありがとうございます。Oh, hello, Tenjin. I believe it's from Tibet. Thank you. I am doing good. I have to leave soon. I just came here, but I need to leave soon though. Need to go to meeting. Did I miss super chat? Is it it's in different colors for some reason? If I miss something, let me know, guys. And oh yeah, and the speech, I haven't checked out the speech yet from yesterday. I only saw the pictures, but those pictures were really beautiful. It was President Trump with the First Lady Melania, and it's so cool. Is there anything to say? I don't know. I need to watch that. I haven't been actually keeping up with American information for the past couple of days because I've been kind of busy with other things. But I just wanted to, congratulate you for the Independence Day. Yeah. Hi, how is Taro-chan? Meaning my dog. My dog is back home at my parents' house, and they're he's spoiled. Little fluffy dude. So cute. I really miss him. I want to visit Japan, but can't right now. Yeah, I know. I want to visit America, actually, though, instead. It'll be funny if you guys come here and I'm in America. But yeah, my husband and I were talking about it just today, actually. So that's one of the odds. But yeah, we want to visit America and meet you guys. That will be cool. So yeah, we need to figure out how though. And Nate asks, Yoko, what is you and your husband's opinion of Junichiro Koizumi? My husband actually, I wish he was here, but he left for the meeting without me. So today I have to answer by myself. And what's cool, so Koizumi was our prime minister back in, I don't know, when I was in university, so a long time ago, kind of, but like a decade ago or a little bit more maybe. But the good thing about his administration was that our our like Japanese people that were abducted by North Korea, 5 of them returned during his administration, I believe. And that happened though. Like, of course, it's the power of Japan, but actually, like when it was happening, American vessel, like the Navy, was there in the sea, like in the sea, help like supporting us. Like it was like pressure from America. And that's I hear that pressure was really like an important element for, you know, taking back our citizens, like rescuing them from North Korea. So America played a huge role on rescuing our people, like Japanese people from North Korea. So we are really thankful for America, like beyond Koizumi. So, but Koizumi is, I think, I don't know what he meant by he wanted to, you know, destroy LDP, which is our current leading governing party here in Japan. And LDP it's pretty much like Republican Party, that inside of the party, even though it's supposed to be like a conservative party, there are lots of pro-China politicians inside. So it's good that like attack against LDP is very much needed. However, I don't know if Koizumi is a good guy or not, because I believe that there were lots of like globalist agenda that was taking place. So I'm not really familiar with like past, what do you say, like administrations, because I need to study more. But yeah, I don't have much of a good impression of Koizumi, because he's anti-nuclear power plants, and Japan is having a hard time because we are not running our energy source like nuclear power plants. So but people like him are against that, and so angry. Hey, super chat, ゆかりさん。お、ようこさん、はじめまして。米国の平和な日常に戻るよう願っています。日本からもトランプ大統領を応援してます。ようこさんも頑張ってください。ありがとうございます。そしてなんか大金いただいてすいません。ありがとうございます。ゆかりさん、so a Japanese person just sorry, my voice is cracking. So this Japanese lady just gave me the super chat, but she said that she supports President Trump from Japan. So see, this is what I'm talking about. Like I'm of course Trump, like a huge Trump supporter. I'm probably like the earliest and biggest Trump supporter. However, like Japanese conservatives, I tweeted this already. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Random Yoko. But I already tweeted, but Japanese conservatives really, really love President Trump. Remember that. Like Japanese, like it's as if like he is our president. Like that's how we feel. Like even though America is a different country, like we feel America really, really close. And when President Trump speaks, it's like I personally feel like he's speaking for us too, because because of our alliance and everything. Yeah, and I mentioned the abduction problem by North Korea, but Japanese people are abducted by North Korea and they haven't returned because our government is just corrupt and so stupid and weak, right? But President Trump, it's due to our current Prime Minister Abe probably asked President Trump so much, but President Trump kindly expressed he criticized North Korea at the UN and so on for Japan for the abduction problem. So Japanese people are really, really thankful for President Trump. There are so many things that we are really like thankful and grateful for what Trump administration has been doing, not just against North Korea, but also China. And so I really wish that we didn't have language barrier And I wish that American people could see more of our reactions. So again, we really need to work on, what you call media. Like we need media outlets. So let's read your comments. Some Japanese guy came and said like, "Oh, I came to see you, but it's in English, so I'm gonna go away. Bye bye." Okay, let's see. Oh, また門森さんで読み方いいんでしょうか。ありがとうございます。この間もありがとうございました。覚えております。Japanese parliamentarian Shigeharu Aoyama reads Hermes as Hilmish. Oh. So the person just said that, there's this National Diet member here in Japan. He belongs to LDP, our governing party, which is the party of Prime Minister Abe. But there's this guy, a former like a media reporter, and then and he also owns his own organization and so on. And he's known as somebody that speaks English, and he often kind of like exaggerates that he has sources, lots of sources that I can't say. And he speaks in the tone of like, if I say this, like, I have like hidden sources. This National Diet member, I have hidden sources, and between you and me, here are some important information, but I can't say no more because if I do, then I will be like floating in the like what you call like in the ocean or something. And like it's like I don't know, like there's this weird guy, but he's conservative though, but kind of like I don't know, like people are not buying his stuff anymore because like we don't like those who exaggerate too much. And like there are lots of agitation among conservatives. Like that's how we sell our books and so on. And people like us, like my husband and I, or like a few of us, are really against that kind of business. So, but that's interesting though that our National Diet member reads it wrong. And this person, by the way, is known as like he was complimenting Obama at the time. and that's part of the reason why I was tricked, because conservatives in Japan didn't have the bridge to conservatives in the US. Now we do, right? And especially we thank, I don't know if it's like a major thing, but at least me personally, I thank JCU, the counterpart of ACU in Japan, and they are introducing conservative people to Japan, and that's a really, really good move. So okay, let's go to the next. Nate, why are there North Korean schools in Japan? How is that allowed? I have no idea. It's oh man, I wish my husband was here. I am not strong on history, but at least like what I can say that Japanese people are like at least conservative Japanese are angry at our prefectures, like local prefectures actually funding those schools still. Like it's so crazy, right? Like that's the country that abducted our citizens, and somehow we are paying for them. That's a crazy side of Japanese diplomacy. Often, like even for China, there are lots of problems with China, right? But our government is like pretty much they like no matter which government, it's always like our government takes the policy just like Obama. Like it's like patience and wait, and also like pay some money to negotiate, which is ridiculous. You don't negotiate with criminals, right? But that's what our government does in regards to North Korea, at least. So, okay. Oh, another super chat. Thank you, Joshua Perez. I hope I'm reading right. Thoughts on Kyoto animation, and did the media lie about it? Oh, it was a huge problem. So somebody burnt down the animation production center in Kyoto, like a Kyoto animation, I believe is the KyoAni, right? Yeah. The animation company building, and they created lots of like famous or like really good animation, I believe. I'm not familiar with animation much at all, so I can't say much about it, but it was a huge news here. And did they lie about it? What kind of lies? I don't know. For me, like those anime fans here were devastated. Like they were really shocked and angry, and like it's not just of course many lives were taken away in like it was a fire, so many people died, but not just their lives only, but the works and the talent, and that's like our treasure, right? National treasure, basically. So we are still really, really sad and angry about it. But I'm sorry. I wish I could answer more, but I'm not really familiar with that. So, Japanese are mixed with Buddhism and Shintoism, which is totally against Christ Jesus. It's not against Jesus Christ. What we believe in is more on how things are. Like every single thing, like this device, there's a soul living in it. So we gotta treat it nice, and also be aware that you will be watching you and so on. And another thing is that our ancestors will be always watching over us and so on. And also Buddhism side, that was the Shinto side, but Buddhism aspect is that it teaches us how to live each day. Buddhism is often misunderstood, but it's actually about how we live. Like it's not about the invisible world or anything. It's about how we live so that we can improve ourselves. So it's not, of course, so it's not our religious background that denies Jesus Christ. We don't deny, because there's no conflict there, right? Everything is alive and they have a soul, or like how we live, it doesn't conflict with Jesus Christ. So we do believe Jesus Christ was there healing people, and all these miracles happen and so on. I should get enlightened more so that I can speak more, but so we don't go like he didn't exist or he wasn't doing stuff. We believe all sorts of miracles. Like that's the traditional Japanese personality in general, and we just believe everything, like because we can't deny, right? And it's rather the Christianity itself that denies us, I think, if my understanding is correct, because it's supposed to be like the religion only. I don't know. You guys can teach me more. But so just wanted to clarify that like Japanese people are open, really. Like we are proud that our culture is very tolerant, like very open, tolerant, and we welcome things, and like we don't reject other things or new things, and rather we welcome, accept, and see how to deal with that. So, oh, hello from Texas. Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Yeah. Oh man, I can't. I'm still shocked that there are people in America that are not celebrating their own Independence Day. Like, like, don't they realize how hard people back in the day fought for you, for your land, for your country? There are lots of blood, shed. Lots of people sacrificed their lives, and those people were somebody's children or somebody's fathers or even women. And that's why I believe that religion is very important. It's not just about what we believe in. It's not our luxury. It's about how to respect like what's outside of us. Like we're all individual, but as outside of us, there are lots of elements to this world, and we shouldn't be self-centered, right? Who's self-centered though? Those Chinese communists. They are they actually have a name for the political thoughts that they have. It's called Chuka Shisou in Japanese, but like basically they're like Shinocentrism or something. I've talked about it, I think, in my past video. I often forget the term, but terminology. But so they are very self-centered, and also they reject everything else other than themselves. So it's like, so I would say like their communism is like, it's not really communism. It's not like equality or whatsoever. It's about self-centerism. So yeah. Okay, I'm a Trump supporter. I like the anime classics like Macross and Akira and Ranma. Ranma. I grew up watching Ranma, and it was there was some erotic like a sense to it. I feel like I kind of enjoyed that as a kid. I was kind of kinky, I guess. And I was seeing Akira. I think my American boyfriend at the time, I had an online boyfriend who I went to visit and so on. And I think he showed me that Akira. Yeah. I was curious if you know of the work of Peter Boghossian, James Lindsay, and Helen Plakouros. They have done work exposing the postmodern woke culture that has inflated the infiltrated universities. Oh, I'm not familiar with those names. I should look into it. Thank you. Somebody remember that name and tweet to me. Yeah. Okay. Let's read more of your comments. Yoko, I heard Japanese government not allow a product in Japan, which is from USA, even a needle. Is that true? Huh? Do you mean that Japan doesn't get imports from the US? We don't have we are globalized, and nobody is, even conservatives are not really against that. I feel that the fight against globalism here is not very hot. Most of the things that I use actually are from the USA. Did you guys know that? I mean, not my clothes. Clothes are from Asia in general, and used to be made in China because I'm broke, and it really sucks. But we can't reach what's not from China, right? Everything is made in China. But as for so that especially fashion things are from China mostly, but lately Japanese companies are shifting their their factories to some other Asian places. So I see like made in Vietnam or like Cambodia or like other places. But yeah, US stuff, yeah, I use like air cleaner and like water purifier and like all these high-tech things, or my supplements, or even vinegar. They're actually from the US, like, which I use. So globalism is something that I need to look into, and also like the boycott China movement. I really want to do boycott China movement, but like I think that Japan is like too much deep into the trap of China, so we can't, like, we want to, but if we do, then like we can't live. Like that's how deeply involved we are. So I don't know, but still I should still like advocate, I guess, like the rest of the world are, you know, doing that movement, like boycott China. So I should do that. But it's the Japanese side of me that if I'm using like made in China stuff, then I don't deserve to do it, and so on. So there have been like conflicts inside of me. So I need to think like deeply into that. Okay, let's read your comments. I'm trying to read. Okay. You say globalism is something not negative in Japan, but your nation has a very strict migration policy. Is it strict though? Because I feel like it's not strict enough. One of the problems that I see is that, for example, you come here by like a regular visa, like sightseeing or something, like just normally, like for example, I think that, I don't know, when I go to the US, I can stay for 3 months like without like visa or like nothing special, right? And I guess vice versa works. I don't know, but some people come here just as a tourist or something, and then we don't track them like afterwards. So what happens often is that, just like my ex-boyfriend actually from the US, like some people come here by like sightseeing visa, like normally just enter our country and then boom, disappear, or or you know, like change their visa or something, which you are not actually allowed to do, I believe. But in order to stay here though, like in order to get a cell phone, or in order to rent you like a, you know, pick your place, you have to have like a registration as a foreigner here. So if you do that, then you can't get the card. So I don't know how it works, but I don't know, but some foreigners do hide their fellow foreigners and so on. Like they could do that. So I don't know. But globalization though is such a, or globalism, those are very general ideas and very abstract. So I think we need to define what we mean by when we say globalism. Yeah, so Nobita from YouTube says Japan's immigration policies are weak. Yeah, like it's when involved with like working and so on. Can foreign students work now? Like I don't even know. Like I should pay attention, right? I know you guys are very strict on like immigration and so on, so I should pay attention to that. But yeah, lots of foreign workers here, and it's so hard to define foreigners because this is the world, right? This is the world. So it's like huge. And you know, in Japan, for example, I live in Fukuoka City right now, which is like, so I live in I'll show you, this is the map, can you see? I live in this island here. It's can you see? I don't know. I live here, and so on our island, my city is the biggest here, and so it's like if my island was like entire Japan, then our city, Fukuoka city, would be like Tokyo. Like that's like it's so urban here, but when we go to like convenience store, then we see foreign workers only, almost. Like it's kind of rare now to see Japanese people working because I don't know, they're like a 7-Eleven and other like Family Mart. Those stores hire foreign workers. And what's tricky about it is that Japanese people don't want to do that sort of jobs anymore. So like industries develop, right? So Japanese people are more in the office, or they do like desk works, and or they work in the store, like different kinds of stores, and not like very hard jobs and so on. So I really hope that our country doesn't turn into like a economic labor country. That's what I'm afraid of. So I really hope that we will fix our economy first, and raise and by that we hopefully get to boost our like a wage, yeah, like a payment, and so that more people will be working even at like difficult jobs. And that's actually a difficult problem for us to in regards to JSDF, Japan's Self-Defense Force. I hear that there are more, like less and less people applying for that job. And even though it's like a steady, and we don't go into war, like it's prohibited, right? It's we can't do that because of our constitution. But there are less and less people applying for self-defense force. And my husband was actually pointing out that there are many reasons probably behind that, but one of them is that the salary is not like good enough. So we could boost that, and we really want to do that. Like self-defense force people are their life should be like, they should have like a kind of like better life than us. Like they're protecting us, so they deserve a better life or environment than us, or a better income than us. But it's not the case. So our system needs a fix, really. Oh, but do those foreigners speak Japanese? The ones that are working in 7-Elevens, they do, but not. I don't know. Some are really fluent, others are not. So it's sometimes they try to say "irashaimase," and it's like blah, 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 blah. Like you know, what did you say? Like I can't hear. And sometimes at the like when we are paying, we have to like ask like, what did you say? Like like we go on. So that happens. But they're, I don't know though, like I don't discriminate them or anything, because I can't do that. Like I can't imagine myself like studying in like severe cultural standards country and working and talking to strangers. Like that's like so many hurdles hurdle to go over. So the part of me is respecting those people, and at the same time, when I say foreigners, this is something I wanted to talk about earlier, but for example, there are foreigners that escaped from China, right? Like there are The Tibetan community here is small, I think, but Tibetans or Uyghur people, there are lots of Uyghur people here in Japan, and the Southern Mongolians living here, Vietnam people, or even Cambodian people and Hong Kongers. There are those people, right? And they want to return definitely to their back home. But they're here, but they need to live here and have a family. Like that's their right, right? So that's the side of that. But at the same time, there are Chinese people, and inside of Chinese people, there are like different kinds of Chinese people. There are for example, there are those who just are here to study or like a normal Chinese citizens, and also there are those who want to they want democracy in China, so they are working with Japanese people and so on. So actually, I am friends with lots of foreigners here in Japan, but not the foreigners that you usually picture in your head when you hear foreigners in Japan. So it's hard to talk about foreigners in Japan. So when I talk about there are liberals here though, from the West, for example, or even from Asia maybe. But see, there are lots of things to talk about, so it's so hard to cover. Okay, let's read your comments. I have been to a Chinatown in Nagasaki. Forgot the name. Oh yeah, there is Chinatown there. I've been there once. I think only once. It's so weird seeing a Chinatown. There's a big one in Yokohama, and yeah, Chinatown is everywhere, and it's kind of scary, don't you think? Yeah, because China has this system to mobilize Chinese people, even in other countries. So that's politically speaking, it's scary. Yoko, have you ever visited Yasukuni Shrine? Yes, of course. Yasukuni Shrine is in Tokyo, and I sometimes get to visit Tokyo, so I do visit Yasukuni Shrine when I have time. And yeah, I think I visited many times, and yeah, it's so interesting though. When I visit Yasukuni Shrine, the atmosphere there is just so different. Like you just feel it. It's not the nature or whatsoever. Like I was talking to this half Japanese person living in Texas. He doesn't talk to me anymore for some reason. Probably because he was anti-Jewish people, and I said dude, I scolded him. I made it clear that I am not against Jewish people. I love Jewish people, and he was offended by that. But anyway, he was talking there was a time I was talking to this mixed Japanese American guy in Texas, and he was pointing out how in shrine, I was telling him at shrines you just feel different, in that there are this atmosphere there that you just feel it, that spirits are there. And then he's like, no dude, that's just nature. There are lots of trees and so on in the shrine. I'm like become 100% Japanese and you will see what I mean. I almost went racist there, but yeah. So it's so hard for those who do not believe in religions or these spiritual things. They want to understand, but they can't. So it sucks. But sorry, my voice is Happy 4th. Thanks. Yeah. Let's read more. If you bring too much foreigner, your culture will change to theirs. Pay attention to, where do you go? Pay attention to what's happening to the UK when they accepted too much foreign migration. English culture in the UK is dead. Yeah, what's happening in UK? I need to make friends with British people. I'm all about America. And thanks to my husband, I have Asian friends also, but Europe is missing. Like, oh my gosh. There were some foreign students at my university. Like when I was a university student, there were students there from like the entire world. And I had Dutch friends. Dutch friends were so funny. They were so good. But European guys were, I did talk to 2 of British people, but like, I don't know, like I didn't become like close for some reason. I guess I'm too Americanized or something. I don't know why it is. But yeah, the UK is, there was something about the UK that my husband told me that was interesting. I should ask him again. But we really want to learn about, what's happening in the UK. As for the foreigners, though, in Japan, like if we accept more foreigners, our culture might get affected. Yes. I mean, it already has been for hundreds of years. So I'm not too much worried about that because it's not like we will erase our own. See, why Japan is because we have our emperor. Like all the bloodline is the same from the very beginning of our country, which is nearly 3,000 years old. So yeah, so that's what defines Japan for Japanese people. And aside from that, we're free. So like, I really feel like Japan is misunderstood, but it's, of course, our Shinto, our religion is based on our emperor and everything all together. It's our discipline, and it just doesn't change because it has lots of connections with how we live. Like, for example, before we eat, we say itadakimasu, right? We do this, like Asian thing, itadakimasu, right? And we say like, and what that means is, it's like, oh, your lives are given to us. Like it's given to us. And what's given? The lives. So every time we do this, like, oh, thank you for your life. It's not like, oh, thank God for this food. It's rather like, oh, I'm so sorry for your, to take your lives away. But thanks to your lives, we can live on. And so thank you. And we do this and then eat. And even though it's our like religious side, but it's so much attached to our culture, like everyday life, which doesn't disappear. Like nobody wants to stop that. Like just because other cultures come in, maybe there will be a set with like prayer, right? Before meal. And at the same time do this. Like we mix everything. So I'm not too much worried about that. And at the same time though, like you, as I said before, like around Christmas and so on, we celebrate Christmas, and then we do the Buddhism thing, and then Shinto comes. We do lots of different things, and at the same time, foreigners in Japan can be a problem. But I was actually pondering on that the other day, and I came to the conclusion that it's all about the ratio of population. If Japanese people's population defeat is not the right word, but like out something like if our population is way bigger, like 90% or 90, not 90%, that's not enough, 95, 98%, then that shouldn't be a problem. So like, foreigners living here will probably want to have families and so on, and I respect that, right? And I was kind of afraid of that though, that like, for example, I invite our friends that are oppressed by China, welcome them here, and then make sure they can live here, but then they fall in love, they get married, they have children, and they gain the Japanese nationality and so on, and they can, like, the offspring can spread and so on. But then you know what? Japanese people only need to make babies. That's the conclusion that I came out with. So really, though, for that, it's all about economy. So, man, I'm talking for such a long time. I feel. I mean, I need to go to the meeting, so I should end this definitely in 10 minutes or less. So, somebody gave me the super chat. Orlando, konnichiwa, Yoko-san. I just got here. Is Japan predominantly liberal? I am curious. I'll put it like this. Japan's society is left biased. So I guess what you're saying, like what you're asking, is correct. But I don't know. It's that people are naturally not interested in politics, right? Like Japanese people. And even though they are not interested in politics, and it's supposed to be like non-political, and they are not supposed to have opinions, but because our foundation of our society is very much left biased, like they're automatically like liberals or people on the left side. So our society itself is, due to, the post World War II occupation period, like we lost the war. So there were consequences. And at the time, the United Nations, they thought of us as enemies and made sure that we don't rise again. And so we are really, really defeated, right? Oh, everything is coming together now in my head. Like we were talking about animation earlier in this live stream, like Kyoto animation, like burnt down. There was the incident. So we were talking about animation, but my husband and I, the other night, we were checking out some animations available on Netflix, and we watched this remake of this old animation called Yamato. Like it's about the battleships in the universe kind of animation from a long time ago, and like right after the World War II, I think, or 70s or so, maybe. I could be wrong, but look it up, Yamato. And then we watched our recent animation that is very popular here in Japan, called Kimetsu no Yaiba or something like that. One of the main characters, by the way, is like people tell me, some people here told me that the little sister in the anime looks like me, but the little girl, the little sister is supposed to be like haunted by the demon, basically. So I'm like, what? Are you calling me a demon? But anyway, so we compared the old animation with our recent animation, because we just watched one after another, and then we realized how different they are. Back in the day, our animation, our heroes were really on point, really strong, like fast thinker, don't speak much, just decisive, like yeah, like here's something, yes sir, right? And then boom, gonna do this. Let's defeat the enemies. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Defeated the enemy. Yeah, right. That's kind of things like very patriotic, and evil is evil, and we attack them, kill them. End of the story. Happy ending. But recent animations, not just the ones that we watch, but often hear about Evangelion and other things as well, that our main characters or heroes today in animation, they are indecisive, and they're like monologue. They keep thinking in their head, like conflicts. Like, oh, I should do this. Oh, but if I do, then this will happen. So like, mom, dude, I'm like, dude, decide already. So I was so annoyed by like when we were watching the animation, like there was such a long monologue about whether to kill their enemy and so on. And it's both are meant for kids, like little kids here watch that. But it's the same anime in Japan, but even anime is like influenced by our social standards. And back in the day, like right after the war, there were some excuse me for my throat. Fan here, air conditioning there. I'm speaking dry, but so back in the day, people were even though they were living in the society that was established by our, like, what you call like a occupying power, but people had their patriotism mind and so on. But today we're the offspring and we don't know that part, and we base everything in our society, like what's here. So we get we get more and more wrong. Oh shoot, I need to go soon. In 5 minutes, I'm leaving, okay? Wait, did I miss super chat? Oh, where do you see Japan in 20 years? Oh, that's a huge question. In what way though? Wait, did I see this one too? This. Oh, okay. Well, do I say Japanese in 20 years? As in Japanese people? Or 20 years. 20 years is what? 20 years ago, it was when I was junior high school, around there, right? A lot changes. What I'm hoping is that it's like I can only hope, but the Chinese influence will diminish. I hope that the Chinese Communist Party could shrink or collapse, maybe. That time range could give that time. So then what happens? Japan's economy, though, it's all about economy, and our education is like we are trying to change, but at the same time, for example, our current Abe administration is the most conservative administration that we can ever have, with a set social limits. This is the best we can. And still, our people are kept abducted by North Korea, or even in China as well, actually. And our economy is this bad. And they try to, our minister for like education and so on, the person is said to be like right wing even, but the textbook here, like the conservative side was, we always try to publish like our conservative textbook, but that one got rejected by Abe administration, like their system. So even our best administration, this is what happens. And even we are trying to invite Xi Jinping from China as state guest. So I feel like it will remain the same pretty much. I don't know about like immigrants and so on, though. It really depends on how our economy is, because when our economy is bad, the government will try to get workers from overseas and so on. So that's like the worst scenario. If the economy remains bad or gets worsened, then we will maybe have workers from overseas and so on, and there can be consequences culturally or socially. That's something I I'm kind of worried about, even though it's kind of contradicting to what I just mentioned earlier. But and at the same time, it's just 20 years is not enough to rebuild our military. I feel it's not enough time to, maybe things get built in 5 years or so, but then people have to, self-defense force people have to get trained, and before that they need to recruit, and so it's like very time consuming. So maybe in 20 years, best miracles keep happening. If miracles keep happening, then we might become like a normal country, and we might be, I don't think we could revise our constitution still. I don't know. It is so hard. I wish my husband was here. And okay, this is a last question. I need to go. So how does the average Japanese feel about travelers or tourists? Average Japanese people, I don't think they have opinions. But what I can tell you, like locally, like I live in Fukuoka City, here in Fukuoka Prefecture, and there used to be lots of Chinese people and Korean people, like as tourists. There were lots of tourists from there. And we don't usually care about anything, but we do get annoyed by like our signs, like a trains and bus, like transportation and so on. Everything has Chinese language and Korean language, and then English, then Japanese. So 4 languages. Usually you go overseas and you only need like the local language and English, right? But no, here it's like, it's not only here, but in Tokyo and elsewhere as well, but it's like Chinese, Korean language as well. And so that's, even those who are not interested in politics, like average Japanese, feel kind of like annoyed by that, because we just want to see the sign. Like we're Japanese, we want to see the Japanese sign, and it's like lots of different languages, and it's in the way, like especially it's like electronic stuff. Yeah. So, and at the same time, like places get packed with tourists. So like we want to go for sightseeing and so on as well. But like you go to Kyoto, for example, lots of foreigners, and like you can't really embrace the Kyoto-ness. And so just on a daily basis, like if you live in the city or sightseeing places, your daily lives get affected. So that might be the problem. But business-wise, there are lots of companies that take the advantage of tourism. So that's how they make money. So it's all about money, right? Like people do get annoyed, but I guess that, like, they get the advantage of these things. If that answers your question. Did I answer all super chat? Oh, thank you so much. Oh man. Kanye and Candace Owens 2024. That would be cool. That would be interesting. At the same time, though, I'm wondering about Trump family. Like, would anybody run from the family, or what about like I don't know? Or somebody wrote Tucker Carlson. Like, I wonder if he is only into media or if he is interested in politics. That's something I wonder. Yeah. Yoko, when are you gonna have children? When the spirits decide for me. I always ride the wave. So, and also I have to be careful though. Like, even if I get gifted with babies or something, like I don't know if I will publicize, because the Chinese Communist Party will be watching us. So like it's dangerous. So even in Japan, like they are they're really nasty, so they come to your families, you know. So I need to be careful with like my family information and so on. Anyway, I need to go. I wanted to end early and so on, but you guys are so awesome, and I really enjoy like reading all these comments and so on, and your questions, like what you are curious of is curious for me. Does it make sense? Like what you your viewpoints and so on, it's really interesting for me because I always talk to Japanese people about like political things or social things. It's all with Japanese people. Against China, we have lots of friends, but like as for like social things, society and so on, I always talk to Japanese people. So it's really like eye-opening when I talk to you guys. So I'm sorry for those who like, you know, left comments and I didn't pick up. Like it's not on purpose, okay? It's just especially I do this in English, like my second language, and also I'm doing this like nobody's here today. So but I'm really thankful for all your kindness and everything. So thank you so much. Happy Freedom Day. I love that. We should decide. That's sort of like, you know, like a like the phrase like see you on the other side. That's sad, so that's not it, but like may the force be with you and that sort of things, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed this, so thank you guys so much for watching. I need to go now, so make sure to follow me on Twitter at Random Yoko. Okay, and let's keep interacting there. So thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna go. Okay, bye.